Well, good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. This is Frito. Where are you going? This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat. Frito just walking away like she doesn't know what's going on. Let me get this. Frito's my dog. If you're new, let's get a peek at her so we can see. You're gonna come through there. You want a biscuit? Well, come here. There's a good girl. That's a good girl. You want your biscuit? Hello. These are your little Dave biscuits. She's got her little bucket made by Glory. Yes, there you go, Frito. Sweet girl. She's doing so good. She was laying over there growling at the door yesterday. I don't know who she was growling at. Probably the neighbor making his driveway up. Hey, you want your stick? Go brush your teeth. No? All right, here. Finicky dog. There we go. Okay, I got that out of the way because she'll come back in here. Good to see you guys this morning. And you're probably watching this if you're new and going, what am I watching? And click off, and that's fine. So great to see everybody here in the chat. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you are here. And if you're watching on replay, thank you so much for bringing me into your home. I'm a little out of sorts this morning. I was in heavy, deep sleep an hour ago when the alarm went off to wake me up to come in here. I'm still just kind of, oh. Oh my goodness. All right. Sassy says she's going to need more practice before she learns to make the perfect sew and flip corners. And yes, ma'am, it takes practice for sure. I just had a lady write to me late last night, maybe it was early this morning, I don't know, but I saw the email this morning, and I want to tell you guys, if you're looking for a little inspiration, this is very cool. Hold on, I need another sip. Finished is better than perfect. Yeah, you love my shirt. This is from Angela Walters. Okay, I went onto her website and got this. She's a phenomenal long armor. She's a good quilter and a piecer and a long armor. I took her classes on Craftsy. That's how I found out about Angela Walters. So anyway, I had a lady write to me, Phyllis, and she wanted to make a quilt label for a quilt she had made her grandson. My neighbor has the loudest truck. Oh my gosh, it's just outside. So, she quilts for Tula Pink. Okay, cool. Anyway, so so Phyllis wanted to make this label for her grandson's quilt. And she got this bright idea. Now, I knew you could do this, but I've never done it because I don't have the patience. I don't understand that. I see some stuff with you guys. Craftsy still around? Yeah, I can get there and get my classes. Absolutely. So anyway, what Phyllis did was she wrote out the quilt label that she wanted to have, and then she scanned that into the scan and cut to create a JPEG, which is just an image, right? A picture. And then she imported that picture into Embrilliance. And then she took the drawing tools in Embrilliance embroidery software and created the label. So I want to show you guys what that looks like. Did I bring it up here? I thought I brought it up here. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. I thought I brought it up here. But anyway, it's a brilliant idea to do things. Let me go to Finder and Downloads, and here it is. Okay, there we go. So let me get back with y'all and share my screen. This is just so stinking smart. So I think it's going to have to be window, and here it is. There it is. So look at that. So she wrote out to Dalton on your 18th birthday, love you much, Nana, 3/29/25, and then scanned it into the scan and cut. Okay. And then imported that into Stitch Artist 3. Might have been able to do it in 2 or 1. Anyway, imported it into Stitch Artist. I don't know what level of stitch artist she has. And then she took the little drawing tool and traced around it and created stitches. That is awesome. I absolutely love that. I think that is so cool. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. Just amazing. I love it. I love it. So very, very nice. And I think that that's neat that you can take anything that you want to write or whatever you want to do and import it. Yay, Phyllis. It is fantastic. I know. As soon as I saw that, I said, I've got to share that with my world because you guys would just love that. It makes it personal. Yeah, Vicki, it does. So I just think it's so neat. And again, I knew that this could be done. I just don't have the patience, but she just went, click, click, and just made each line. She said she had to stitch it out a couple of times as a test and get the sizing just right. But after that, she just put it on there. So yeah, if you weren't here yesterday, Carolyn, I have a new chair. Yes. I have a link below to the chair. I think all the pink ones are gone now. They haven't restocked yet, but there are there are other chairs on the site. I got it at Wayfair. I got 2 of them. Another one came yesterday, and it's over at my desk. So very, very cool. So you free motioned your quilt labels. I don't have that skill to be able to do that. So last week I had ordered a grid and a paper pantograph for my long arm. I've tried that like 5 years ago and failed miserably, which is why I use automation. But see, I put the pantograph on the back of the long, see that white, this white thing here. So this is the grid, and then this is the pantograph. And you get the grid from Urban Elements. It's ELEMENTZ, urbanaelements.com. She's up in New Braunfels, Texas, just north of me here. Lots and lots. That's where I get all of my long arm designs. So I ordered that. You can scan it into the Luminaire and stitch it out. Yes, Kim. I mean, she may not have had a Luminaire. So there's that. Yeah. I know. I have done that in the Luminaire. Yeah. Has to be cute if it's going to be in the sewing room. That's right. Now, the one I got yesterday, I put over at my desk, and that's where I sit and do my makeup in the morning. So I flip the arms completely up because I will get makeup on everything. I do. Everything turns a nice shade of peach. I spent several hours yesterday agonizing and laboring over the mosaic squares block for my companion quilt. So that's this block right here for the Brightly sampler. I'm making a companion quilt out of this. So got this. Okay, this is for the one that this is for the sew along out of Strawberry Lemonade fabric line. Well, I'm making the companion quilt using Farmstead by Stacy East Shoe. Libby, you have a Luminaire? Yeah, you certainly can do it. I do it all the time for blocks that require hand stitching on them. I do that all the time. Yep. Where's mine? For instance, yesterday, y'all, somebody left me a comment and said, you put the door on your gingerbread house upside down. I was like, what? No way. So I had to take my block apart and put it back on straight. No way I could leave that. No way. But on this block, there is actually a little wisp of smoke, a swirly of smoke that comes out that you're supposed to hand stitch. Well, I'm not doing that. I will let the Luminaire do that. So that's how I roll. Yeah, with that. But anyway, for those of you that saw this yesterday, and I appreciate it when people tell me, hey, your block's backwards. So can I demonstrate how I do that on a label in my Luminaire? Yeah, Erlene, I probably can do that. I need to do a March block for this 6-inch mini quilt, the 7-inch, whatever it is, mini quilt. So maybe early next month I can do that and show you guys how that's done. I've done it before. There's so much. I need to make a note because things are coming to me I want to mention to y'all. And okay. These are things that we have talked about, and then things come back up, and I want to update you on things. Okay, so I was agonizing over the blocks on the companion quilt, and it's this mosaic square. So the mosaic square has this one. I've put white fabric in the center and then building a square and a square on top of that. And for the companion quilt, I'm not doing that. I don't have light colored centers. And so I went through and I needed to cut 4 blocks. So a total of 16 of the big centers, because 4 centers per 1 block, and I needed 4. So I got all of them cut, and I'm not sure what's going to go with what for now, but I will sew baby steps, just get the fabric together of what you want to do. Hold on, I'm missing one here. I think I had a set of 4. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's what I came up with. Like, this is going to make up the 4 square and a squares for 1 block. So y'all, this took me forever yesterday. I had fabric all over my whole cutting table, all over my ironing station. Took me forever. So I've got one light color that would work. I had 1 or 2 pieces of light, but not a lot. So I fussy cut the tractor, which is just adorable, right? Fussy cut the tractor, and then chose the orange in the tractor, that kind of burnt orange in the tractor, same burnt orange in the wheat wisps. Okay. And then just kind of put this. It is the hardest part for me. This takes me, I can whip this block up in 15 minutes, no problem. Maybe 20 max. But to get it all cut and what goes where, you know, what I try to do, and I say this all the time, I'm not good with picking fabric. And this is a learning thing for me. Some of you can just go, that goes with that, and that goes with that, and that goes with that. And God love you, because I can't. And I agonize over it. So what I've started doing is, like, there's some gold in this chicken up here. Okay. So I chose the gold and the little chicks. So I chose the gold wheat wisps to go with that block. I just kind of picked the color that was inside of the main for a coordinating. And even if it was just a little bit, I'm not sold on these with the cherries, but there was black stems in the cherries. That's hard. That is very hard for me. So I'm just going to stitch these up now. Got all 16 of them put together. And see, like this, my cherries, it's too busy, I think. But I've gotten to the point where I'm almost out of fabric. So I might change things up. I don't know. See, and I couldn't go, I mean, I guess I could. Cherries on cherries. I don't want to do that. These two. So anyway, and then the black over here, who knows? I'll play with it. So lots of time yesterday. You like the gingham with the cherries. Okay. Oh, shopping trip. Connie says, yay, let's go buy fabric. No, I don't need any more fabric. But so this Brightly samplers all cut was very easy, because one of our Facebookers, Shirley Scott, figured out what goes where. And that was nice. I could just copy her picture, and yeah, it's just go with it. You do get to a point where you go, I don't know. I'm just going to put something with something, and I'm just going to press from there, right? Just go. So that's what you have to do. Yes. I don't like to pick colors. Cindy says, my customers will order something and say, you pick the thread color. That's hard. So when you're speaking of picking thread colors, okay, so this would be hard for me too. But yesterday we were talking about this quilt this quilt for things above. And I told y'all I found my Tri-Rex ruler. And I was talking about how the building in the panel for the side of the church, you need a 10.5-inch square to make up the side of the church. And that in the kit is a panel, and people have purchased panels to go with the pattern. I have a link to all of this below, but I want to show you guys. Brilliant as usual. Somebody left a comment below the video that said Juju has scripture. So I wanted to show y'all. I've got a link to Juju below, but not to this, but you guys can find it yourself. It's fine. I want to show you guys. You could use scripture word art to make your own pieces. And this was just so cool. Look at this. So here you go. Here's your scripture word art. So think about such things. There you go. There's 6, 7 of them, right? Joy in him word art. There's 6 of them. Grace word art right there. So you guys could get these 6 and these 6, and there's your panel, and just stitch those out. Now, you'd have to pick thread colors. I would. You could use hers, I suppose. That's fine. You know, but you don't want to make it so that your eyes hurt when you're looking at it. So also, if you're a member of Juju's Facebook group, she does, it's her embroidery blessings group. She gives a freebie every month, and you can go back. If you join her Facebook group, you can go back and look at all of the previous freebies from over the years and build yourself a library. She has a lot of scripture in there too. She has a lot of designs that would look great in there. So lots of options. If you can't get the panel, don't feel like you can't make it. That's kind of where I'm going with this. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right. Options. I like to give you guys options. We've got buffet. There's a buffet breakfast in the virtual kitchen, you guys. Wander over there. Give a thumbs up on your way in. If you're sitting on your couch, grab that TV remote and hit the channel up button, and that will give me a thumbs up, and I thank you. Oh, my goodness. So I had my book. I've got my my Sew Sampler box. And I also, yesterday when I was putting my second chair together, I asked my husband, I said, I need this thing. I need this thing so I can put these together. And he had the same size thing to zzz. This is for the birds. I don't want to do that. Got to be careful, but it's an impact wrench. So okay. So the title is, let me see if I got everything I wanted to tell you about. Oh, so also yesterday, you guys, I talked about the Sophia paper piecing from Legit Kits that Keith is going to do. He's going to stream putting it together. His will probably be an afternoon stitch along. It won't be early in the morning like me. It's because he's going to do it on my channel. He will not have his own channel. Okay. That's too much maintenance for these people. That's too much maintenance for these people. Okay. Because he won't maintain a channel. So he's going to do it on mine, which is fine. Well, it'll be an extra live once a month. Okay. It's called a screw gun. Pam, I need a screw gun. I love that. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to tell you, last night, Legit Kits put on their Facebook group that they're down to only having like 30 kits left. They have a bunch of fabric available, but they are, Angela, you're hooked on the channel because of my videos for end to end. Well, good. Yeah, lots of fun with that, right? If you don't have a long arm, end to end it. That's great. So the kit is called Sophia. It's SEWPHIA. It's an old-fashioned, old-timey sewing machine. And they have a lot of fabric, but they are low on just a couple of colors. And they don't know when those colors are going to come back in. They had wanted to leave the sign up. It's a block of the month. They'd wanted to leave the sign up through mid-March. If you get it, if they still have it available, use coupon code KEITH, Keith, in the checkout, and that will give you 15% off your first month. Okay. So just FYI, if you want to do that. I'm not sure. Let me pull them up and see legit kits, because it's popping up as a block of the month. And yes, they still have a couple left. But like I said last night on their Facebook, they said they're only going to allow like 30 more. So it looks like this. Okay. And it's a really cool looking sewing machine, but use Keith, KEITH, all caps, in the checkout. Okay. It runs for 6 months. All right. And it's going to be beautiful. So he's going to start that this month or next month. He's going to start it next month. I think the first shipments go out today for the block of the month for everybody who signed up. Okay. Yeah. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. They had said they were going to do, or, sign-ups through March. And right now they are running low on a couple of colors. Now, when those few colors come back in, they'll open it up again. Okay. But the coupon code only goes through mid-March. All right. I'm waking up. So the title of today's video, the thumbnail was all about the 2024 Fat Quarter Shop Mystery Designer Block of the Month. So not only was the block a mystery, so's the designer who made it. And they're doing another one for 2025. Sonia wants to know if it's a beginner-friendly thing. I'm not sure. Usually what they will do is put difficulty dots on a pattern. And I looked for the difficulty dots on that. I didn't see it. I don't know. Somebody's doing it. They put that pattern out there as something that you could buy, just straight buy the whole kit, whole 9 yards all at one time. Okay. And it says it's beginner friendly. Okay. All right, Sonia, I'm taking your word for that. So anyway, here is the block. I finished it last weekend. Very, very pretty. The challenge on this one is to get, let me get these off of this board so that I can hold this up and not have it fall all over the place. I'm going to be sewing some of those mosaic squares blocks today for sure. I got 4 of them to get done. It's a lot. Okay, so the challenge on this block certainly was this square. This is the one that always gives me trouble. These lines right here when you're putting these together. So you've got your flying geese. That's easy enough. But it's when you go to put your rows together, right, to get that to work. That's always been the problem for me. So I got it. It was fine. I only had to take it apart once, which was I can live with that. You'd make an entire quilt out of that block. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. This one is from Sherry McConnell. She's the designer of it, from Sherry and Chelsea of A Quilting Life. Yep. She did it. It's got her picture down there at the bottom. She's the one who made this block. It's just gorgeous. So, oh, Connie, that plaid pines. That's something. Okay. So now what I have to do is put sides on it and a strip below, right? And then the roof and all of that. And that's what I was going to do with you guys today, because it needs to be done. And if I wait till I'm off camera, I'm not sure when it'll get done. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what we're doing for the rest of the half hour. So I love it that you guys leave comments and you email me and whatnot, and you say that you love having this channel on while you're stitching. So in the mornings, a lot of you are just sitting there with your coffee, kind of waking up like I am right now. I'm having a hard time this morning, y'all. But others of you put this on during the day. It's so cool because people will, okay, I'm going in my sewing room, and they'll just put, the channel on for an hour and just get something done. And then when the hour's over, they shut it down and go about their lives. And when you put it into pieces like that, you are so crazy productive. Okay. So for the 2024 Mystery Designer Block of the Month, I just want to show you guys that are new subscribers how I have organized this thing. Okay. Go back to why I bought the Panto. Oh, Quilting with Harriet. I got a thing I got to do for Sew Machines Plus for Quilt Fest next month. And I have to show all the ways that I can use that King Quilter 2 Elite long arm on all the different ways you can do it. So I needed to have, now, am I going to do that? I don't know. But it's there for a demo. That's why it's there. This is your downtime before you start your day, Joyce. Great. All right. So you can't lift over 5 pounds, so you're avoiding your sewing room, Sharon. Sharon, this don't weigh 5 pounds. Come on now. You can piece. I've heard them all now. You can piece. You can piece. Okay. So now this thing here weighs over 5 pounds. I'll give you that. Yeah. All righty. All right. Yeah, I have plaid pines. I did that last year. I love that. Oh, I got a notification today from YouTube that said my channel is 8 years old today. But I had the channel for a couple of years before I started doing what I'm doing with this, with Power Tools with Thread. It wasn't even named that. I think I changed the name, but it just had videos of my dog. I've taken all that down, but YouTube today sent me a little email. So I took all of my cut pieces and put them into this giant Yazzie bag. They don't make this Yazzie bag anymore. Okay. They don't have this. So I took these are called fabric markers from Embroidery Garden. And I made these on my embroidery machine. They've got fleece on the back. They're my letters. Okay. So that's where these are living until this whole quilt gets put together. So I cut all my pieces and whatnot. I think you guys can see in here. Yeah, that's a long time. This channel's been around a long time. I've been sewing on this channel for over 5 years. Yeah, I've got 5 years worth of videos on here. Yeah. And so here, as I'm going through, right, I've got all of this. I wish they still made this, but they don't. Now, down in the bowels of this thing are the backing. That's this right here. Beautiful fabric for the backing. And then all of the previous month's extra fabric, if I need it. If I make a boo-boo, like sewing a door on upside down or something, I can go back. So I have all of that, and then I've got extra other pieces in here as well. These are for borders and binding. So I just cut the whole thing, okay? That's the ticket to getting stuff done, is getting it cut. Don't just cut a piece at a time, otherwise you'll get stuck. Okay, and then here on this piece, okay, is where this is the finishing pattern to put all the roofs on all of the blocks. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to leave this out. So I grab, let me see, block 9 needs a red roof. So I have all of my roofs sewn together. Here's my aqua roofs. And here's a red. I need the red for today. Put that in here. Okay. And then I also have all of my Oh, this one needs a roof too. Is this from last month? No. No, I finished it. I thought I finished it. So there's a finished block from last month. Okay. And the trick to doing these giant quilts, because this thing's big. What size is this? 82.5 by 92.5. This is a big quilt. So the trick to finish, what fabric line is this, Crafty Life? I think, I want to say it's from Bunny Hill Designs. I think. I don't know. I don't even remember if it said it in here, but I think I've seen it on the selvages. I think that's where I've seen it. Anyway, so I have the, so the trick is just like I mentioned yesterday, eat that elephant one bite at a time. The trick is to, it is Bunny Hill. Yeah. So the trick is to get a block done, right? One day I cut when I finished this block that I did that I was showing you guys. Okay. So one day I cut it, and then the next day I put like the center together, and the next day I put the rest of it together. And that it took a weekend, and it's fine. I'm just sewing for like 20 minutes at a shot. Set my watch, 20 minutes, and be done. And then like today, I'm going to finish up and put the rest of it together. So that's how I do that. And before you know it, just 20 minutes a day, you look and you go, oh, that block's done. And you can put that away. And then when the next month comes in, then again, just piece it. If you let that block package that rolls in that you paid for sit, it's going to be a waste of money. And I get it. Life gets in the way. I get it. But at least get it cut, get it pressed, get it cut, let it sit on a design board, and then leave it out, and it'll talk to you. It'll say, hey, hello, I'm over here. What are you doing? If you're going to sit there and watch TV, why don't you put me under the needle while you're watching TV and turn on Becky's channel while you're at it? So, well, good, Jasmine. She says she loves me sharing the productivity tips. Yeah. Is the kit still available? It might be, Sonia, but if it's not, the 2025 kit is available. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that one. I have enough on my plate. I draw the line at 6, and this is one of the 6. Okay. So I need to get my pieces that I need to put this together. All right. So let me put these all back inside this little block thing. And it's on the board. Okay. And I need to go digging in order to get all my pieces out. Do I put SF101 on my quilt pieces? No, ma'am. No, I do not. I only put SF101 on the back of pieces that will go into embroidery designs. That, if you're going to embroider something, it's going to need some stability on that. All righty. So I forget. I know I need S's and R's and that kind of thing on my quilt. Let me get to the page. Here we are. So I need, let's see, the bottom, which is an S. I'm just looking here on the pattern, and I know these pieces are back here. Let's see. And having them cut, it's just so good that I can just look at it and go, oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Now, for the red roofed blocks, I need pink outsides. All right. So on this S piece, there's a beige and a pink, and I need the pink. Because I was going to work on this last night, and I said, nah, I think I'm going to do it with you guys. I had enough going on. Okay. SF101 on shirts. I don't recommend that either. I use Pellon's 911F. Okay. If you're going to be embroidering on a shirt, I like Dime's Poly Pro. That's pretty good. Okay, so there's that pink. And Oh, I need 2 R's. That's these pink R's. They go on first. Okay, 1, 2. There we go. Let me turn on my iron and get it. There we go. Let it get heating up. I got to press these out because I got a fold in the middle of them. So now you got getting out of the recliner to go sew. Good, Janine. Good for you. You can turn this on and stitch. You've got stuff to do, right? All right. So here's my 2 sides. They go here. And here's the bottom on those 2 sides, just like putting a puzzle together, right? And now that's those pieces. I need 2 letters C and then my roof. All right, so I'm going to put these back where they go. Get out of the recliner. You have to stay organized. Otherwise, you just sit around and look at a pile of scraps and go, now what? Now I got to figure this out again. How many hours a day do I sew? I would say I put in maybe an hour and a half, depending. It just depends. Yesterday, I spent more time cutting. So yesterday was probably about 2 hours in total to get things cut. But this is, oh, man, I got a little bit of a selvage on this one. It's white. I don't think you'll see it. And this goes on the outside before the roof goes on. These 2. Okay. Over here. All righty. So how much time do I spend in the sewing room doing something, whether it's cutting or sewing? Yeah, it's, I'm retired, you guys. This is my happy place. This is what I spend my time doing. I watch sewing. I read about sewing. I read blogs. I watch videos. Oops, this goes in here. In the bottom with the rest of them. You're pressing fabric for 4 quilts. All right, farmhouse, good for you. That's where you're at, is Sonia says, that's where I'm at. Now what? Yeah, you got to stay organized. Being organized is key. Now, whether you're using, whether you're using an Easy Stacks, which are the plastic trays that I use inside my other ones, you can do that. Just get something cut, get it labeled, know what's where, and then you just set it aside and get to it when you get to it. Okay. All right. Now I know what I'm doing, I think. So you're winding bobbins. Donna, I tell you, I do that, and I'll do 10 or 20 or something for a day. Yeah, Michelle says she's the same way. You get into a rhythm like we were talking about the other day. Mornings are this, then a chore, and then into the sewing room. So when I finish with you guys at 8, that's when Frito gets her breakfast. So I have to go out and feed Frito. And then I put the dishes away from the dishwasher that I started before I went to bed last night. And then make breakfast and then come back in here and sew. That's exactly what I do too. Well, to prevent myself from losing track of time, Vicki, I will set the alarm. So right now I've got 20 minutes before we're finished here. So I'm going to get to it. Okay. I'm going to get to it. And I love that, working with y'all doing this. And that way I know it's going to get done. And then when I put it away back into the case, I know that we're going to, it's going to be done. I don't have to worry about it just for that block. And then I can put it away. My coffee mug does not go here. All right, let's get these pink strips on the side of this beautiful block. Now, I don't want to tip my points here. So I'm going to sew with this down. So I'm not sewing blind. Okay. The normal inclination is to put this right here and just sew it like that. But then I can't see my tips, and I need to see those so I don't tip them. I don't want to dull the points, and I don't want to be too far away from them either. So I always, And y'all, I recommend too, this is just me to you. I know a lot of you are very experienced quilters in here. I recommend cutting your strips for your border sides, these little borders, exactly the size as it says in the pattern, okay? Because you've got pieces like this that are on the bias out on these corners, and you're going to be able to work with that, whether they might be a couple of threads too short or they might be too long. You can work with that, okay? So I just don't, I don't recommend using a big old long strip and then sewing it on and then cutting it, because you can definitely resize your block without thinking when you do that. All right. So I don't recommend that. I need my sewing light on here. Excuse me a minute. There we go. I needed my little work light on here. Okay. All righty. Now I'm ready to go. What am I hear something. I think my neighbor's outside power washing something at this hour. Crazy. If you have to make your seam allowance a little wider than 1/4 of an inch in order to hit the point on the middle of the block, that's fine. Just always be sure to hit your 1/4 inch on both edges, on both ends, because that's going to make a difference. That's going to keep the size of the block. You can fiddle with it. You can fiddle with it otherwise. Oh, this needs done here. I've got an issue. I want to show you guys this hot mess of what I did. I cut a piece too small, but I was going to use it because I had to trim this up. Yeah. Well, I don't like the end out here. I've got a little extra out here on this side. I could undo this, but I'm not going to. I will work with it. Because see, look, when I squared this up, it got wonky. See how wonky that got? But it doesn't matter because I hit the tip where those two seam lines cross, and on the front, it's perfect. This is what matters. So on the front, that's absolutely perfect. And then I can work with this for a seam. All right. That turned out just beautiful. For my ironing setup, I have an Oliso pad here. This is a Steady Betty. It's got a piece of wood in it that's on the top of my 3-tier cart from Amazon. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, if you set this where you are looking at the points as you go over the top of them. Okay. Lisa, your Doberman's in your chair. I love watching Doberman videos. Those dogs are so crazy smart. That's funny. This is beautiful. Just beautiful. Let me show you guys. Yeah. Look at how pretty that turned out. See that? That's just beautiful. So even though I pinned it, it's still pulled up short. I can work with that. Not a big deal. That's just those feed dogs easing in that strip. And that happens. So it's not the end of the world. I don't want you guys ripping a bunch of stuff out of it if that happens to you. Don't worry about it. Okay. Next pink strip. Did he hit the thumbs up? I love it. I used to watch Ruby Doo was her name on this guy. He's a photographer, and he had Ruby. She passed. She got sick. Some weird disease that Dobermans come down with. She got it, and she was gone. I mean, she was healthy at 1 week, and then the next week she was gone. It was terrible. But he's got a new one named Bruce. But Ruby Doo, she was great. She was about 7, I think, and she was just amazing. The new one, Bruce, he's still a pup. So Sweet Pea has 50% off in the hoop. Do I have an affiliate link? I do, Margie. I do. They changed their affiliate program. I need to update that on my blog site. I haven't done that. And they've been on me about it too. I talked to Allison at Houston Festival. And she's like, how come you're not promoting any of my stuff anymore? I said, you changed your affiliate program and I hate it. So her people have reached out to me and I need to do that. You got a scan and cut, Sylvia. Yay! Good for you. Good for you. What fun. That opens the door to a whole bunch of new stuff, doesn't it? Hey, tomorrow is Sylvia's new. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome. Yeah, made it to the live. Yeah, Joanne is closing all their stores. Yeah, they sold it to another company. Who knows if the other company will keep it around or not. All right, y'all. I've got lots of wobbles here. I'm going to pin like crazy on all of my intersections and all my points. Now, check this out. This is a garment sewing tip you can do. So in here, I've got too much on the top. You see that? I can sew it with the bigger on the bottom. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. Let me give you for those of you that have never seen this, this is really a good little tip. If you've got too much on the top and there's no way to get it to work, I could get this to work, but I want to show you. You can take your finger in the middle of where you have a gap and roll it over your finger like this so that the bigger part is on the top. I cut my seam right there, okay, to give this, to reduce bulk. Okay, I cut that. I cut it to the, not through the seam, but I cut it to make it lay flat. That's what you're seeing on those. But what you can do is you can take your finger and put it in there and you can pin. So what's happening is, because the bigger fabric is on the top of the two over the curve of your finger, is you are easing that so that it's going to lay flat. Now I'm going to take my finger and put it between the two again. And when you pin, you want to take what Joy Bernhardt calls a tiny bite, not a big bite, a tiny bite like that. Okay. This is how you ease in sleeves into an arm's eye if you are garment sewing. Okay. New trick alert. That's right. New trick alert. So you want to use a lot of pins, and you're going to use your finger to ease in, put the bigger fabric on top. And you take a tiny bite, not a big bite. And get that. I'm sticking my finger like crazy. So what it looks like on the back is it's flat. And look, it looks pretty flat on the front. This is how you can ease in. See, you've got some ripples, not a problem. The sewing machine's going to take care of it. That's how you do that. That's how you do it when you're garment sewing. Okay. All right. So otherwise, and then everything else is fine. I don't have to worry about that. I just had too much on that one part because of all of the bias in the flying geese. Is Dave here? Hi, Dave. Got your stuff in the mail yesterday. Yeah, or day before. You didn't like easing in sleeves? It's easy once you know how to do it. But the problem with easing in sleeves is the bubbles that you get when you're finished and you didn't do it right. Then you look at it and you hate it. Yeah. Do you sew the too much side on the top or bottom? Connie, normally you put bigger on bottom, baggy on bottom. Now, if you don't want to do that, what I do, so like here, I've got a bubble. See the bubble right there? The opening right there. Got a bubble. If you've got a bubble, what you can do, this is the other way. This is the way most quilters do it, is I go through the point exactly where they meet and mark it. And then I'll put a mark with my marking tool on the top. Ripping sleeves out is a huge pain. I'm going to make a mark right where that pin came out so that it's marked. That shows me where I need to stitch. And then before I pull this pin, I'm going to anchor it in place. Okay. And then I can pull the pin. Now I can sew it from this side right here, and I'll hit it. And the feed dogs will ease in the bigger on bottom. That's another way of doing that. So let me do this top part. We'll do both and see which one works. Yeah. If it doesn't work on the top one, that's okay. I think it will, though. Pretty sure that one was pretty baggy. I need my needle minder. Okay. And I'm going slow just to get over the pin. Somebody's outside with metal ladders on my side of the street. My neighbor must be doing something. So this is going in good, y'all. So that's how you ease in. If you've got too big, now you've got two different methods. That went in just fine. I would steam that when I get done if I see issues. Okay, so now I'm going to stop. Let's take a look at this half. Oh, that turned out beautiful. That turned out just beautiful. See, it's nice and smooth. Worked good. Do I back stitch beginning and end? No, I don't. I don't. All right, so now I'm going to do this way, and I'm going to make sure I hit that point. Okay. Some people do, and that's fine. And now when I come up to this one where I stopped from the other side, I'm going to cross over that with my stitches. Hit that point. Now I'll just make sure I cross over the other stitch line. Right there, I'm going to go over it and finish past it. And that should have worked. Let's see. Boom. That worked good. Yep, that worked great. Just pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. Just seeing it. You want to go into the sewing cave. So much fun. I find it such a challenge to do blocks like that. So I just wanted to show you that. So if you guys have that kind of situation come up where something's bigger, it's fine. You just have to have the techniques in your arsenal to be able to get it done. I didn't intend for this to turn into a sewing lesson, but that's how I roll. I always explain to you guys what I'm doing. All right. So it fits perfectly and it's gorgeous. Look. Ta-da! Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. I'm very pleased with this. So now I'm ready to put the bottom. Which one do I want to be the bottom? I think I want this to be the bottom. Yep. So pretty. I love it when a plan comes together. Ooh, it's great. Love it, love it. Yeah, so when we get finished here, I will spend some time this morning after I feed the dog and my husband. What am I on? I'm on a cord and it's making me mad. I will spend some time updating my links in Sweet Pea, their new affiliate system. I appreciate y'all asking about that. That's how I fund this channel. Okay. It's kind of like crowdsourcing. This is going to go on beautifully. Really pretty. So again, I'm going to do it with the little piece on the bottom so that I can see my points. I don't want to tip the points. Very happy with this. Yeah, I wouldn't pay attention to the clock either. I have to set an alarm on my watch because, you know, it's a balance, you guys, and it's about finding a healthy balance between, you know, doing your project and then taking care of the rest of your life, right? We've got appointments, and It's always nice too, if you've got something cut that you can get a little bit done before you leave for a doctor's appointment or whatever it is you're going to be doing. Maybe you've got to go to the grocery store and pick up your groceries or something, whatever. You know, you've got time. You got 20 minutes. You can sit down and it's already cut and you just put it on the design board and you're off. This one needs to be over here. Normally, I don't cut my seam allowances to make them lay flat, but in this instance, I did. For whatever reason, I did. And that one's not cut all the way. So that's another trick you can do if you want to get flatness. I don't like pressing my seams open. I'm not a fan of that. Okay. I am pinning on the intersections just to make sure everything stays put. I don't think I need those two. Let's see. Okay, this is good. DoorDash. I love DoorDash. I use DoorDash when we're in the motorhome or if we're staying at a hotel somewhere, we're traveling, we're staying at a hotel. Then, oh, Glory, I heard from your guild. I gave them my proposal to come up there and they're going to, I guess y'all are having a meeting early in March and she's going to present it. So that'll be cool. Oh, I hate that sound. But if that's the case, hopefully then I can make it a trip to go up the East Coast. All right. Looks good. There we go. Sometimes I have to use my knee lift to lift that presser foot and get rid of that extra. Let's see how we did. Pretty, 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 pretty. Yay! 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 Woohoo! Starting the day off right. All right. Pretty, pretty. Yeah. Life balance, you guys. You know, moderation in all things. Believe it or not. Moderation in all things. If you get obsessive about one thing, something else is going to something else is going to get ignored. You know? Okay. Ooh, that turned out beautiful. This is the bottom of the block. Look at that. Pretty, pretty. Love it. Love it. All right, I got to put my long strips on. Now, these will be quick. Oh, there's our hour. These will be quick because they're just straight additions to the sides of the house without any seams that I have to match. So 2 more seams, and then I can put my roof on. That's a little bit of a trick. So that takes a minute where I have to pay attention. But for the most part. Now, when I've got long seams like this, what I'll do, I learned this from Janet Prey from Islander Sewing Systems. Thumb under, fingers on top, and roll it, okay? And that will prevent the bottom from being pulled through faster than the top. Get it started, line up everything. She said her mother worked in industry. Use your fingers like to guide the fabric together. And in industry, they don't have time to use pins, so this is how they do it. It worked perfect. Ta-da! That worked out perfect. Okay, very nice. Next. Too fun. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm feeling really productive getting this block done. I hope you're productive today too in your sewing room. Let me turn this camera so I'm talking to you in the right place. There we go. So thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I hope you get some stitching done today. It's going to be a beautiful day here in South Texas. So I'm probably going to want to be outside a little bit. We will talk to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow in the Stitchuation room. And if you're watching on replay, don't forget to give a thumbs up. I love you guys. Go sew something. Bye.